Hi, everyone. This is Susan here at TechSoup. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. I just want to check all of the sound. I want to do a quick sound check so you guys can hear me. Hi, everyone. And let me know if you can't hear me in the chat box. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And very quickly, my name is Susan Hope Bard. I'm with TechSoup. I'm the Training and Education Manager. It's my pleasure to be with you here today for our weekly TS30. And today we're featuring the amazing Adobe Spark and our amazing expert, Molly Bacon, as well as Jim Lynch will be joining us to share some of our most recent and exciting articles and posts. I do want to quickly share with you my website and the learning platform so that you guys can see and understand that after each of our events, we do place the recording in the date that it occurred. So if you want to go back and watch our April 11th Adobe Photoshop tips, you could just go right into that module and you can view the recordings. We also have lots of resources for you to access in the platform, and you can see upcoming events as well. We've scheduled out through June 6th. You can simply register for those by clicking on the date and RSVP that you're coming. So without further ado, I am going to turn this over to Molly, and she is going to take it away with some tips about Spark. Go ahead, Molly.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. So we're going to go through and talk a little bit about Adobe Spark. So I manage the social channels at TechSoup, and I love using Adobe Spark for really fast graphics for social media, but it has many purposes that you can find helpful for your nonprofit. So we're going to dive in. So I'm going to share my platform, my screen with you and show you what is possible with Adobe Spark. Okay, so can you guys see what I'm sharing? Yes? All right, so here we are. So I created this landing page in Adobe Spark, and it was very simple. So if it looks intimidating, it's actually really easy. So what can Adobe Spark do? So the first thing that I love that I just mentioned is that you can create social media postings in minutes with the quick templates. And the best part about Adobe Spark is that your creativity is really going to pop because it helps create things for you. So I created these really simply. So this is an Instagram post. It's designed with the template in mind for creating Instagram posts. So the size is already perfectly for Instagram. There's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. So I created all of these to show you guys what's capable. And you can also design banners, Facebook covers, Twitter headers, different types of postcards that might be helpful for your nonprofit, magazine covers, also posters, and websites. So there's a lot of different things that you can design in the post feature of Adobe Spark. And so here's another example. This is a poster, and this is a quoted image, and you could also do social ads. So these are all really great examples, and you also have the links so you can go back and reference this at any time. And so then you can also create videos. So, and these are great because you can create these again in minutes. So I'm going to show you some videos here, and let me know if you can see it because we haven't tried this video showing you yet before. So let me know if you can see this video. So this is one video that I created for the promo. Okay, so that was a short little video that I created. All of the footage I actually made with GIFs using Boomerang. So that's another application. And it was really simple. It really took me probably 10 minutes total. And it really just starts with an idea. So let me show you another example that I really liked. This one is, it's a Stop Food Waste campaign created by Danielle. And I'll show you what this one is. So that was another great example of how you can convey a story. And I'm going to show you one last one so you can get ideas.
Is this what our world should be? No. But people litter. Recycle is the key to animals, habitat, and a clean world. When you see it, pick it up and recycle. Thank you for watching and helping us make a difference. Made and narrated by horses. Thank you.
So at the end, you can see that it credits everybody in all the products used in the video. That's because a lot of the images come from the Creative Commons. And if you have an Adobe Creative Suite, Creative Cloud account, you actually can remove all of that branding. So it can really be your own. And you can download these videos directly and post them on social. And it's just a really great feature that you can even use on their mobile app. So I'll tell you more about that later. And you can also create web pages. So these are more like landing pages. They're just one page scrolling. And they're really, really simple as well to use, all template based. So here's an example of a success story. The Eagles Foundation funds $1 million to support autism. They kind of told their whole story on a web page. Then there's another example of a call to action. So the Brookfield Beekeeping Ordinance Group urges the public to take action to support legislation for residential beekeeping, all within just one page. So they're driving traffic to this page, asking people to call their representatives. And then there's also, you could spread your message. So you can create monthly newsletters that you send out in emails, and you can have this really beautiful visual design asset. So this one was about getting the message out about sexual violence in Africa. And so that's a great way to do that. And then also fundraise. So you can get a group together or this group got together and set up a page for fundraising. And they basically told the story of the Ambassadors of Hope College Scholarship Fund and how they wanted people to donate. And you can have a button on the page and have people donate. This was another one where they were trying to create a movement, and it was a page to explain and empower a movement of feminism. And our very own TechSoup has an Adobe page that we use to celebrate our staff, and this was created by Ali. And so I'm going to show you this page, and also the page we're looking at right now I created, but I'm going to show you this one just so you can see one more example. So here we kind of showcased customer service. And it just is really cool the way you can have images scroll and have all these different features. And so you can really kind of create a visual story. And so all of these platforms really represent creating stories. So it's a storytelling platform. So we're going to go back. So again, you can design on the web, which is what we're going to walk through today. And I'm going to show you inside the platform how to do that. But you can also use your mobile device, and it has to be an iOS device, so your iPad or your iPhone. And there's separate platforms for each, or separate apps for each thing you want to create. So for the post, the first thing I showed you, there's a separate mobile app. For a page, making a landing page, there's another app. And then for video, which is really awesome, I highly recommend it, you can use for editing videos. And so you can do these all in web, or on the web, it's in one platform, and on your phone, it's in different mobile apps. So feel free to download those. I have the links here. So what will you create? So also reminder that you can unlock the full potential with the Adobe Creative Cloud, and we do have a Story Makers campaign this fall, so keep that in mind. So come back to this page at the end. But let's dive into the platform. So here we are. So all my projects live inside here. So you can see that I created a bunch for the page, the landing page, and a bunch of them are here. So some of these were my promo videos. You can see it says post or video and page. So next, let's try to create a post. That's the one that I use the most for social media. So here you can see that you go to create a post. So if you click the post, it will instantly take you to the platform. Sometimes it takes a little second to load, but it does remind you of amazing little quotes to get you inspired. Refresh. Usually it doesn't take this long, so I do apologize.
So what other tips could you share while we're waiting for that to load?
Yeah, so one of my tips was that using the mobile apps is really great for if you want to do on the fly kind of editing videos. So that's really great for that. I personally like using the platform for making web pages because it's a larger. They also have a new feature that's going to be released very soon it's called Bloom, and that's going to make it so the web pages can be responsive. I really like that they're adding that feature because it will look amazing on a mobile device. Right now, it doesn't look it's not designed or equipped for mobile. And, Spark only came out about a year ago. So there's a lot of features to come. And it's kind of amazing how much is already in the platform and how much you can do. So let me go back and try to refresh this and see what's happening here. Okay, maybe I can just go into an existing. See if this goes quicker. Let's see if I don't. Sorry, I apologize for this delay. I would love to take you guys in the platform and show you all the tips. Okay, here we go. So, so when you get in the platform, the first thing it usually asks you is to create text. So that's the first thing that you do. And what I did was I actually wrote in slide because I was creating a slide. So this one was formatted for a specific slide. So basically, you can take the text here and it automatically will give you a design. So this was the design that it gave to me right away. So if I go to this section, we start with the design. It's formatted for a slide because that was the option that I chose. But remember that there's all different types of template sizes. So at the very beginning, you do select that. So here we go to the different design filters. So you just simply can click and go down and see right away all the different types of options that you have. But then you can definitely go and make it much cooler. So next you can go to the layout. So here in the layout, you can change the margins. And we have it clicked for magic layout because that's going to automatically kind of change the text as we play with the layouts. So we also have banners. So you can add kind of this look and feel if you want to add some color or make your text pop. There's also grids. So you can have kind of dual sides have an image or a color, or again, 2 images. You could have 2 frames. And then you can also resize it. So if you decide that you change your mind and now you want to do an Instagram post, it's really simple to switch back. So that's what I really like about it, and that's a really neat feature. And so moving forward, now let's change maybe our color palette. So if we go back to palette, you can click here and see that each time you click down, it's going to change the color within the palette. So that's kind of a tip right there. You don't just click it once, you can actually keep clicking and it's going to continue to change your theme. So if we go back, so just know that there's endless options with the palette. When I first saw this, I thought, oh, you just click one, but actually you keep clicking down and it will continue to change it. And then another thing is the background. You can add filters. So we can add a filter to the photo. You can change it back to a specific color if you want to get rid of the photo. You can always also replace here and search for a new photo. So for instance, it will go to any free photo available on the web, and you can simply add that in there. And that's really cool because these are all Creative Commons images. So you can use these right away in your social media efforts or any marketing effort or whatever you're designing. And so moving forward, this feature is also very amazing. So now that my text is selected, we're on the text tab. We're just going to scroll here and you're going to see that it's going to change our design. So let me make this bigger for you. So again, you just kind of simply and intuitively drag the arrow. You can drag it here too. Let's straighten that out. And let's continue to drag this. So you can see, you could just have endless options. So sometimes I even just, before I go into Adobe and make, an Illustrator graphic, sometimes I just come here and get inspiration. So that's another tip that I use. But really, you can create all of your designs just in here. So we like that one maybe. You can also add shapes to the background of the text. So you can kind of change that. And it really is endless options. So you can continue to scroll and play with that here. This one's fun. And then you can click done, and you can always go back and you can also change the type of font. So they have all different kinds. And then you can also change the spacing of the design. So we're changing it here. And this is just by clicking down here. So you can remember with this platform, sometimes you have to click a few times, but you're actually changing it. And with the line, it's the same way. We're doing center, side, and center. And then you can change this as well, so you can make it less visible or more visible. So that's pretty much it for the post. So then when you're done, you click share. So I'm ready to share my post with the world. And you can say that you want your author, you want to be shown as an author. You can select what category, so causes or events or whatever you're doing. And if you do have the Creative Cloud Suite, you can remove the branding. So that's a nice feature there, so that when you download it right here, you can directly download it, save it to your computer, or you can get a link and share it to the world. So if you want to get noticed on Adobe Spark's website, another great feature to kind of get your name out there if you're a designer or your organization and you really want, more SEO stuff, you can do that as well. So you can create the link here, and then you can share this link. You can tweet it out, email it, or Facebook it, or direct download. So I think we have another second. I'm going to just try to show you guys one other thing. So let's go to the video and see if we can get in here. So we're going to make a video. So let's do hashtag make it awesome, because this is our hashtag for the Adobe campaign we have right now. So here you have all these different templates. So these are great because in these templates, they're actually going to tell you, they're going to lay out the entire thing for you and tell you in each slide or each snippet of the video what you should be doing. So if you need help, start there. But we're going to just go with make up our own and start from scratch. All right, here we go. And also, this is what I wanted to show you all last time, is that at the beginning, it always gives you a tutorial, so it's so simple. You'll always know how to do what you need to do. And so we're here, and again, it's all about the themes, selecting the theme first, but you can go back and change it anytime, so you don't have to be set on it. So let's choose this theme. And then it's very simple again. We're going to add video. I have some really cool kind of GIFs. Again, it's from that video I first showed you of a butterfly. And so this isn't even a real movie. This was a boomerang that turned into a movie, but it was just a GIF. So you can use those as well, but it has to be an MP4. So here you see this is it, and you can shorten it. So maybe we just want to start at the end or whatever. You can change the length up until the entirety of the video. Okay, so there we go. And then, so this is my first one. And you can add text on top, so make it awesome. And then we're gonna add another one. We're gonna click right here and add another slide. And this time let's add an icon. Ocean's my favorite one because I'm always thinking about the beach. So I'll add this. And you can also add a video in the background on top of it, or you can just stick to the icon. And right here in the corner, a pro tip, you can change the length. So we'll do 2 seconds for now. And over here, the layout, it's going to optimize. So we can do 2 things at once. If we want to add text, create. Or you can go back to the full screen. Ooh. Okay, I think it got confused for a second, but it's okay. And then we can add one more slide. This time let's try 2 things. And let's add a photo of the ocean. And then you can zoom in here to make it fit that whole frame. And then let's add some text. Okay, so sorry, this doesn't really make sense, but just for example. And then you can also have whatever video you want. You can add your own music, a very cool feature, because sometimes being limited to the Creative Commons options is limiting, but they do already have all of these sounds in here. So we can select a sound, and then we can play our video. So already we have a video, and you can also add your own audio right here. Another great feature. So that's why I said on the mobile app, sometimes it can be fun to kind of, you know, shoot it on your phone and then just create the video right away. I mean, it's a very fast thing. So you can add audio if you want for storytelling. And so this is very simple. We can go back and we can actually re-change the entire theme, and you'll see it does change. Someone says if we created a new video. And again, this ending slides, if you do have the Creative Cloud, it will remove that branding. So again, when you're finished, you just go to share. You can directly download. You can add the author, add a subtitle, pick a category, and then you can, again, add the photo credits if you want, but if you have that exclusive kind of paid feature, you can turn that off. And you can decide to get noticed, and then you can create the link. Okay, so we don't need to do that here. So one last thing I'm going to show you is we don't have time to go through it, but this is, I'll show you very briefly, is how to create a page. So just because it's so simple, I'm going to show you really quick. So here we're creating a web page, the same one that we started with. It's the same type of thing. And again, they love their templates in Adobe Spark, so everything's so simple. So it's just, hi. And then here you can add a video from YouTube. You can't actually upload a video to this one, but you can create a Spark video and then add the link here. A button, so that's how people are doing their donate page. So you can add donate and you link it back to your website. You can add, again, a photo. So we're going to go find that free photo, a new ocean picture. And this just really quickly, I'm gonna, is you can do the window so it fits this way, add a caption, fit full, full width. And then there's also other features to do photo grids and the glide show. So that's kind of how you saw images kind of moving in some of those other ones. So it's all, again, very simple. And so when you're done, you can preview it. So let's add a photo here first. Before it goes live, you can preview it. So that's a really nice feature as well. So I'll show you this. So now we just made a little web page. And again, you can remove the credits if you do have that paid feature. And yeah, that's, I don't know if this is going to reload now. I hit the back button. But again, it would just be the same way you go to publish that page. You just click share here. And this time you're going to actually have to create a link because the link is going to be where you send everybody and send that traffic. So that's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope this was helpful and I hope you feel inspired to go create your own stories with Adobe Spark.
Great. So now we're going to turn it over to Jim.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim. I'm a senior writer here at TechSoup, and I'm here to show you the new content things that we have available for you. So let me share my screen. There we go. If you like free Adobe stuff, well, here's more. So we have this landing page that is our 20 days of Adobe, which is a pretty cool thing. There you can see that that's a free thing that we just did right this second, and I'm doing currently. But every Tuesday and Thursday, we're updating this page. And by the way, we're going to send you these links through the, we're going to send you the links in the recap of this webinar. There's a ton of stuff on here, and we're adding stuff every week, and it's been going for about, I don't know, 9 or 10 days. So this is a great, great page. I love this page. Let's see, what else do we have? TechSoup has a lot of stuff on it. I just wrote this thing not too long ago, and so I am really, really surprised at all the free cool stuff we have, which is kind of tech support and things that you can get on TechSoup to tech up your nonprofit in terms of your knowledge. So, of course, our TechSoup courses are moving along at a pretty quick pace. You can see a lot of them there. A ton of stuff on Adobe, and technology planning is a 4-course series, which is pretty great. So you can figure out your technology roadmap for your organization. We have that on there. We have webinars every week, always free. We have how-to articles. We got a bunch of them. Here are the ones that are pretty popular on TechSoup. We have in-person training events from something called Net Squared. We have our blog, and I'm the guy who writes a bunch of stuff for that kind of stuff. Here's a few stories that we have done recently on our blog. We have discussion forums. If you have any question on technology, any kind of question, just go there and ask them. Of course, no charge. What else do we have? Here's a thing that we published on our TechSoup for Libraries page. Love it. This is a free technology resource. And the thing is called You Can Do It. It was designed for libraries, but I think it works pretty well for any kind of organization. And it's a thing that will provide basic technology skills for your staff. That's the idea of it. So it's, once again, designed for libraries, great for nonprofits as well. Here's a fairly recent article that I really love. This is an international organization called Chain. They're all about creating privacy, online privacy tools and pointers for women in crisis and battered women. So they have this free do-it-yourself online safety guide, which is one of the best things out there. It's actually an ebook. And there, of course, is a link to that ebook in this article. And in this article, we tell you a few things that's in there. Here's a few tips on that. And then finally, I want to just say that one of the most popular things we do these days is the grant station promotions. If you're looking for grant funders, this is a great thing. $99 for 1 year is a special promo we've got going on May 16th and 17th. So check out this page if you're looking for grant funding leads. So there we go. That's all we've got this week. Over to you, Susan.
Great. Thanks so much, Jim. Great roundup of all of those articles. I've chatted those out, so they should be in your chat box, and they're also in the links, so you can save those to your desktop or go right there. I've also shared out Molly's Spark. Huge thanks to Molly, who's sitting right next to me. There she is. A huge thanks to Molly, because she was so excited about Spark. She couldn't wait to share it with you. And I think there's lots of other things that she'd like to share about Spark for those of you, designers that are non-designers. And hopefully we can get her back to share some other Spark tips and tidbits. Make sure that when you exit this platform today, you take the time to do the survey. It is right in the module that for the date. Today's date is the 9th, May the 9th. Go to May the 9th, and there's a survey in the middle column. You just click on that. It's just a few questions to tell us how you thought this mini webinar, tips and tricks, all about Spark, kind of getting you excited, kind of lighting that fire. And we will see you next week, where we will be talking a little bit more about GrantStation. We'll probably have 5 to 10 tips about why you should think about ordering GrantStation. And then after that, we'll be doing some more Adobe products. So we look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
Bye.